when Liam Spencer, Scott Clifton, and Hope Logan, Annika Noel, reconcile romantically, Steffy Forrester, Jacqueline MacInnes Wood, could reply with this, per spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, BNB. Steffy's return to Los Angeles is rapidly approaching, therefore it's time to start organizing all the updates she will get. Luna Nozawa, Lisa Yamada, will undoubtedly have a lot of shocking news to tell from Tanner Novlan's character John Finn Finnegan. However, we would like to focus on other LA efforts for the time being. Steffy will surely get a chance to react to Hope's line being reinstated, and will surely have something to say about Hope's split from Carter Walton, Lawrence St. Victor. Liam thinks that Hope and Carter's separation will give them a chance to reconcile and start a family again with Beth Spencer, Jordan Gracie. How does Steffy feel about Liam and Hope continuing to be together? Since she's back in the LA scene, Steffy's opinions on Liam's romantic life should remain unchanged. BNB spoilers indicate that Steffy will soon find out about Liam's current wooing of Hope and assume that, as a result of her broken engagement to Carter, she feels the same way he does. Since Hope and Liam always end up getting back together, Steffy might not be that surprised. But since they were able to connect while they thought Liam was dying, Steffy could be protecting both Liam's and possibly Hope's hearts. Even if Liam and Hope have hurt each other in the past by making bad choices, Steffy could eventually counsel them to move on from all of that conflict. If Hope and Liam wish to have a lasting romance, they must put in a lot of effort and win back each other's confidence. This time, do it correctly, is one of the 5 things Steffy may say to Liam and Hope as they embark on the next phase of their romantic journey. Keep an eye out since teasers for The Bold and the Beautiful suggest that Steffy could counsel Hope and Liam to quit harming one another. The Bold and the Beautiful, BNB spoilers tease that Steffy Forrester's homecoming won't just be another routine return for the iconic fashion heiress. It'll be a seismic shift that ripples through every relationship and rivalry in Los Angeles, setting the stage for explosive confrontations, heartfelt confessions, and long-awaited reckonings. As Steffy steps back into the Forrester Creations world she helped build, she'll find herself surrounded by familiar faces, each embroiled in their own tangled dramas. Hope Logan's creative resurgence, Liam Spencer's renewed romantic determination, Brooke and Ridge's relentless meddling, and the chaotic aftermath of Luna Nozawa's scandal all swirl around her like a storm she didn't start but may have to calm. Yet amidst the chaos, one storyline will strike closest to Steffy's heart: the news that Liam and Hope are rekindling their love once more. For years, the triangle between Liam, Hope, and Steffy defined the emotional center of the show. Their history is rich, layered with heartbreak and redemption, with each character bearing scars from the choices they made and the love they lost. When Steffy hears that Liam and Hope are finding their way back to each other, she won't be surprised, but she will be wary. She knows how deeply they've hurt one another in the past, how Hope's idealism and Liam's indecision have created endless cycles of reunion and regret. Having once been both the cause and the casualty of that turmoil, Steffy will reflect on the lessons she's learned from her own painful past. Her love for Liam, though long buried under years of growth and healing, was once fierce enough to shake her entire world. But now, with Finn by her side and her focus firmly on her children and her career, Steffy is a woman transformed. She's no longer the impulsive romantic who fought for Liam's affection. She's the strong, self-assured woman who recognizes the difference between obsession and love, between chasing and choosing peace. Still, old emotions have a way of stirring when history threatens to repeat itself. When she first learns of Hope and Liam's reconciliation, perhaps from Ridge or even Hope herself, Steffy's reaction will be subtle but significant. A flicker of surprise in her eyes. Pause before she speaks. And then, as only Steffy can, she'll gather her composure, fold her arms, and deliver her signature brand of calm wisdom wrapped in quiet steel. Get it right this time, she might tell them, 5 words heavy with meaning, not as a warning, but as an acknowledgement of how far they've all come. Because Steffy, of all people, knows that love is fragile, can be built from pain, but it can also be destroyed by it. As the days unfold, Steffy's words will linger in the minds of Hope and Liam, echoing through their private moments. Hope, ever introspective, will remember how often she's let fear and insecurity cloud her judgment. She'll think back to the time she blamed Steffi for Liam's confusion when the truth was that Liam's heart had always been divided, between safety and passion, between who he wanted to be and who he was afraid of becoming. Meanwhile, Liam will wrestle with his own guilt and self-doubt. He's spent years oscillating between two great loves, and though he believes Hope is his true partner, part of him wonders if he's doomed to repeat the mistakes of his past. Steffi's advice, simple as it was, will challenge him to prove her wrong, to show that this time, he's capable of committing fully, loving without fear, and finally growing into the man both women always hoped he could be. Meanwhile, Steffi will find herself at the crossroads of other family dramas. Finn's loyalty will be tested once again as Luna's situation with Bill and Poppy spirals out of control. Brooke will try to pull Steffi into her constant tug-of-war with Taylor, urging her to choose sides when all Steffi wants is peace. Anne Ridge, ever the patriarch, will expect his daughter to resume her leadership role at Forrester Creations without missing a beat, even as she privately wonders if she's ready to re-enter the relentless pace of corporate life after everything that's happened. Through it all, Steffi will remain a pillar of strength, a woman who's learned that true power isn't about control, but about knowing when to let go. Still, Steffi's compassion won't prevent her from calling out hypocrisy when she sees it. She may remind Liam and Hope that love isn't a revolving door, and that their constant breakups and makeups have affected more than just themselves. They've impacted Beth, Kelly, and even the fragile family dynamics that link the Forresters, Logans and Spencers. Get it right this time will be both advice and a plea, to stop repeating the same painful patterns and start building something real. Steffi's tone will carry both warmth and warning. She wants them to succeed, but she knows better than anyone that good intentions aren't enough. In a reflective moment later, Steffi might confide in Finn about how seeing Hope and Liam together again stirs memories she thought she'd long buried. Not because she still loves Liam, but because he represents a version of herself she no longer recognizes, a younger Steffi who fought too hard for love that wasn't meant to last. Finn, ever supportive, will reassure her that she's exactly where she's meant to be, reminding her that growth often comes from surviving heartbreak. Their relationship, built on mutual respect and second chances, will stand as a sharp contrast to the unstable love triangle she once knew. As the storyline deepens, B&B will use Steffi's perspective as a mirror for Hope and Liam's choices. Her journey, from heartbreak to empowerment, will underscore what's at stake for them if they fail to heed her words. Every conversation, every longing glance between Hope and Liam will carry the weight of Steffi's challenge, to finally evolve, to stop letting the past define their future. And when Hope starts to question whether she truly trusts Liam again, it will be Steffi's example of forgiveness and resilience that guides her. When Liam struggles with jealousy or doubt, he'll remember Steffi's calm, unwavering voice, urging him to get it right. But this is the bold and the beautiful, and peace never lasts forever. While Hope and Liam attempt to rebuild their love, new threats will emerge. Sheila Carter's shadow will loom large over Deacon and Taylor's growing closeness. Poppy's manipulations, Luna's baby drama, and Bill's unpredictable temper will stir up chaos that inevitably entangles the Forresters once more. And through it all, Steffi will find herself torn between staying out of the fray and protecting those she loves. In the end, Steffi's 5 words, "Get it right this time," won't just apply to Hope and Liam. They'll resonate across every storyline, every couple, every fractured family trying to rebuild what's been broken. For Steffi, it's not just advice. It's a philosophy born of experience. She's lived through betrayal, loss, and redemption, and she's emerged stronger for it. She knows that love, for all its beauty and pain, is only worth fighting for if it leads to growth. So as she watches Hope and Liam begin their next chapter, Steffi won't interfere. She'll simply hope that, for once, the past stays buried and that the future they're building doesn't crumble under the weight of old mistakes. And if they falter, if Liam hesitates or Hope retreats into fear, Steffi's words will come back to haunt them, not as a curse but as a reminder of what